Oh, do I have Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Above the Full Live episode 5 is here. How you guys doing? We have today NeonDemon.
I'm alright, thanks very much.
Yeah, good man, good man.
NunsnM0ses.
Good. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. It's been a very interesting week. But I don't want to really get into it. But it's been a very, very interesting week anyway. But we are here for some games, right?
That's the plan. That's what I spent hours working on yesterday.
So let's get into it. So coming up on this show, we are going to talking about EA games finally returning to Steam, making their prodigal return. And Sony has been fined quite a hefty amount for us mere peasants, but to them, chump change. And Scott, Bloodborne, potentially coming to PC.
Goosebumps. Every time that word is ushered, goosebumps.
Yeah. So we have a very, very interesting, juicy segments coming up. But first, Dead Island 2 5-year-old build has been leaked. Now, we saw the announcement on E3 in 2014, and ever since then, it's been going back and forth in development hell, and we haven't heard anything since then. Now, it seems that some people have gotten their hands on a 5-year-old build of Dead Island 2, which was dated in 2015, which appears to have come from 4chan. I don't know if you guys are very familiar with 4chan, so that's where...
almost everything leaks from 4chan.
4chan.
Everything traces back.
True. So plenty of assets were sort of released as well, and Eurogamer verified that the build is the work of the Spec Ops developer, Spec Ops The Line, Jaeger. Now, Jaeger and publisher Deep Silver split in July 2015 amid of creative differences. And in July 2015, Jaeger Productions, the Jaeger Productions GmbH, which is the sub studio of Jaeger Development, Jaeger Development, set up was filed for insolvency. So, and then what we know about as well is that it was meant to be an 8-player multiplayer game, and again, the intended release was meant to be 2015, but it's been delayed or was delayed to 2016, and then it was just pretty much dead silent. So, a lot of information there, guys. Now, what do you guys think about all of this? This is crazy. This is absolutely nuts.
I can't think of a time when a game has leaked and we've been able to play it just randomly. The build just randomly appeared on 4chan. I don't know if you guys have caught the gameplay, but when I did my little research, the game looks really good. Considering it's a build,
you can tell it's from 5 years ago. I think you can't. For me,
it's quite colourful.
It's lovely. It is a nice game. Don't get me wrong. It is a lovely game.
We have a bit of trailer. Yeah. If you have a bit of trailer, we can probably cue that up. But to your point, when I saw it, and I'm sorry to cut you off, guys. When I saw it, I think it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't feel like it's past. It doesn't look too bad. It's okay. If it came out now as it is, I'll be like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's not visually. It's visually too bad. It's okay.
I think considering when it came out. I mean, what you're seeing right now is 2014. I think it looks bloody. It looks bloody amazing if you ask me. It's very colourful, very bright, vibrant. It's set in LA, which is not exactly an. But I think they're still working on this game. Apparently, when all this thing leaked, I think that a statement was made saying, development of this is changed hands.
Yeah.
But it's still expect it. And we've had Dying Light since then.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I'm really digging. I'm ready for more Dead Island. Put it that way. How about you, Adam?
I think Adam is probably just trying to tune some things, but just to quickly jump in, I know we've played quite a few of, we played Dead Island 1, we played Dying Light, and I know Adam's currently playing Dying Light at the moment as well.
Yeah.
I actually would have liked this game if it had come out at the time. Now, if it comes out now, I think for me personally, I think I'm just sort of exhausted with zombie games. Yeah, because we downloaded Zombie Army. I've only put in. I think you finished it, right? You finished it.
No, not even I finished it. I can't get a game. I think everybody's done with Zombie Army.
I think as a type of game, I think I'm just done with zombies. But if this had come out at that point of 2014, 2015, I would have been all over it. Absolutely.
Do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think back then we had Dying Light 1, we had Riptide, and a couple of years, maybe a year or so later, we had, Dying Light. I think I might have been a bit fatigued from the whole thing. Even though we played these games to death, I think now would be the perfect time. I mean, what other zombie open world games do we have to play right now?
DayZ.
Oh, that's different. That's more like a battle royale with zombies.
No, but I see your points, and maybe I might feel differently because Zombie Army, yes, it is a zombie game, but it doesn't provide the same feel as the Dead games. It doesn't provide some customization, the madness of it. So maybe I might feel differently because it's a different type of zombie game. So I don't know. But to your point, I think you're right. Maybe if it had come out at that point in time, I mean, I've been like, oh, it's another one again. We have to go through the same thing. So maybe, but it's hard to say. But just looking at it right now,
to see what it looks like now, like as in the current builds, seeing how far it's come. Because now we've got when they finally do decide to show us some stuff, we'll have something to compare with. I mean, if it came out like this right now, I wouldn't mind. I think it looks all right.
It does.
It wouldn't. I mean, I just like the direction they went with this. To be honest, it's very, very Dead Island. I'm gonna say very Dead Island.
Given how troubled this game has been in terms of its development, going from one development studio to another, or I don't even know where it is right now, who has the publishing rights or whatever. Do you ever see this game potentially picked up by another studio and being released?
To be honest, I don't know. I mean, who's the developer? I think the developer's Deep Silver. They are, I wouldn't say they're a AAA developer, and I don't think they would. I don't know. It would be nice. I mean, I can't think of a studio right now who would be suitable. I mean, I know my publishers, but I don't know all my developers too well. But I don't know. I wouldn't know who. I don't know who does Dead Rising. They know how to do a zombie open world.
Good question. How about if it was done by Naughty Dog?
Oh, you can guarantee there'd be a hell of a good storyline and some hell of fine graphics.
It would be absolutely nuts. So, with what you said about Dead Rising, we know that Capcom Vancouver. So, a couple of developers called Capcom Vancouver, TOS, and QLOC. Now, I've never heard of any of this.
Just sub studios, aren't they?
Yeah, they must be. But yeah, I could see Capcom doing it. I think Capcom could work.
Yeah, I mean they're on a hot streak right now, so I'm not sure they'd want to, because like there's some kind of stigma when it comes to this game because it's a troubled history. But I don't know. I don't know who's currently working on it. I couldn't figure out. I couldn't find out who's currently doing it, because I know Jaeger split with Deep Silver, some creative differences.
Yeah.
But I did see that there's going to eight player multiplayer. I thought was interesting.
Correct. That is absolutely madness. I don't even know how that would work.
I would
No.
love to see that. I would love to see it, at least give it a shot. A player co-op would be something to see.
Yeah.
And I guess what Scott asked earlier to you, Adam, given that you're currently playing Dying Light with your buddy of yours, if this game came out right now, would it be something that you would lash onto?
No. No. It does look good. I think I would maybe just give it a wee miss. I do like
Really?
Dying Light. Yeah, I'm really into Dying Light at the moment. I think I would rather finish Dying Light because that's being stopped at the moment. I think I would rather finish that game before I get into Dead Island.
Is there anything I'm very curious. Is there anything specific about why you wouldn't jump on Dead Island as opposed to why you rather just stick to Dying Light?
Looking at the gameplay, it's not like, ooh, I really want to play that. It is obviously a 5-year-old build. There's a lot more. I think there's a lot more out there or going to be in the pipeline that should pass the expectations of mine.
Yeah.
No, Dead Island isn't from that gameplay. I wasn't floating my boat too much. Oh yeah, I'm going to jump in that tomorrow. I think I would give it a little pass.
Well, assuming if it ever comes out from development hell, it'll be quite interesting to see.
There is a certain level of a quality that we are expecting, being 2020. So I think it has come a long way. I mean, that kind of graphics, I suppose, do match what was around at that time. I mean, I still play game 2015. I still play Bloodborne, and that was a 2015 game.
Yeah, true.
Dying Light is a 2016 game, I believe, or 2017. But I mean, if you look at the differences, really, I mean, what separates the two franchises? Dying Light has like a free running system. That's about it, really.
That's pretty much it. You have the same.
That's all I can think of right now.
Weapons, everything.
Yeah.
But I suppose
Dying Light.
Dead Island is more colourful, they lean into that silliness, I suppose. Well, at least this version of it does.
Yeah, with
I guess it's sort of
the modified weapons, the big clubs, and I suppose does Dying Light have clubs?
It does, but it's not like they've not done to a silly extent.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
Whereas
I guess
this game has.
This sort of leans more towards Dead Rising space with all the amounts of craziness you can do.
Silliness. It's involved,
silliness.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe, like I said, maybe Capcom could be a studio that can just link up with Deep Silver. Maybe even say, you know what, we'll pay you this, just give it to us and let us make it our own and push something out. So, but only we can sort of dream and see what comes about. And just a quick note to everybody in chat. Welcome, Raza. We see you. Please feel free to drop in comments. We are keeping an eye on it. Our resident NeonDemon is looking out like an eagle. So if you have any feedback, questions, just feel free to drop in there.
Raza, sorry, just to interrupt there. Raza he has said, long time no speak, everybody. It has been a long time.
It has been.
So we need to do something about that, man. But he says, news is looking juicy.
Absolutely.
Dying Light better than Dead Island, says Dark Eater Medea. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, he's alive. What up, Dark? Patreon. Excellent. So moving right along. Kingdoms of Amalur. Reckoning or re-reckoning.
Re-reckoning.
Jesus. I mean, how many REs can you fit in a freaking phrase? Re-reckoning.
It's getting better.
Remaster. Okay. So I remember, and just before I actually go into sort of the details about this, I remember only playing the demo of this when you could get an exclusive gear from playing it onto Master. Now, you can only get that special gear by playing that demo, completing it, and then logging onto Mass Effect 3 and then getting that. I think it was what you call it? It was what was the melee? The melee.
Oh, the Omniblade.
Omniblade and chest armor as well.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
pretty dope. It's pretty dope. So yeah, just a side note. But that's my only experience about it. But it was leaked via Microsoft Store listing, and was finally confirmed by Twitter that there will be a remaster of Kingdoms of Amalur. So it was created by Big Huge Games and 38 Studios, published by EA. Remaster of a 2012 single player game, in case anybody's wondering when it first came out. So 2012. And the release will be coming out in August 18, 2020. It would include all the DLCs from the original release, from Teeth of Naros to Legend of Dead Kell. Some fantastical DLC names. New world, guys, new world. Rock with me. Coming to Xbox, PS4, and PC.
yeah.
So there is going to be a collector's edition, which contains a collectible Alan Shire statue. I'm probably butchering these names, but don't worry about it. An Amulet
I don't think it
keychain,
matters.
the hugely popular official soundtrack, 5 artworks, and of course the game, all displayed in a premium box. So yeah, it's a lot in there. It's a lot in there, and just something to actually set into as well. This was developed by Spawn creator Todd McFarlane. Those of you that are fans of the Spawn franchise, and also by the Oblivion, Ken Rolstein. I haven't played Oblivion, but I always hear it's very good.
You've never played Oblivion?
I didn't have an Xbox.
You've never played Oblivion?
I don't think. No, I have not actually. No, never actually.
I would like to see a remaster of that game actually, because that game does not hold up well.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of mods out there for the PC, so I wonder if it's worth maybe loading it on PC and taking a look that way. But yeah, I wouldn't mind it remastering the new Unreal Engine.
That would be crazy. But with this Kingdom Amalur, how do you guys feel about a re-reckoning remaster coming out? And did you guys play the first one as well? In case.
Nope. Sorry.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I played it. I think I like. The game is essentially a Fable. They looked at Fable and they decided, I want a piece of that action. And they did. And they worked, obviously, like you mentioned, Todd McFarlane, who I'm a big fan of. And honestly, it was a niche game. It didn't do too well sales-wise, but I follow one person online and like from Outside Extra, and she's been championing this game for such a long time, and I eventually gave it a go. Because I'm like you, Femi, I played the demo when it came out just to get that exclusive stuff for Mass Effect. Because if you had Mass Effect 3, because both came around at the same time, Mass Effect 3 would get the Reckoning armor, and the Reckoning game would get the Omniblade, the cooler stuff. So, I mean, I played it. I loved it. It wasn't as memorable as Fable, but it had some great ideas. I remember playing it quite a lot. I didn't actually finish it because I was renting the game at the time.
Yeah.
Back when renting was a thing.
Is that during when Blockbuster was still alive?
You know what? It was. Okay. Was it Blockbuster?
Yes.
You know what? I don't even remember. But I remember enjoying it quite a lot. I'm actually quite surprised it came back because of all the trouble they had with the lawsuit, because there was 38 Studios essentially. The founder is like an ex-baseball dude, Red Sox pitcher. I think I got it here. Kurt Schilling, and he went out of business. He mishandled that entire company. It was all to do with a $750 million loan or something like that. So I'll be interesting to see what the Rhode Island taxpayers have to say about this game, to be honest. I think this was when EA was looking to get more single player experiences there, and I think they are kind of returning to that again now with like Star Wars Jedi and stuff. But I am definitely all for more remasters towards the end of the gen, making previous EA games more relevant. Because goddamn, I am still waiting for a remaster of Dead Space.
Yeah, I would actually like to play a remaster of Dead Space. I'm gonna lie. I think I didn't play the first one.
Did you not? You only played the first one?
No, I didn't play the first one.
Oh, okay. But you
No, I
played two, and we know you played three because we did that. Oh well.
Yeah. I think that's the only one that I played. I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So Dead Island. Dead Space is the scariest one by far.
Okay.
Dead Space 2 went a bit more actiony, but it's still one of the best games in the series. And it's considered Dead Space 3 was the weaker of the three.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, because why you said that you have experience in this game, and you mentioned that it was kind of like niche in itself. What made it so? Because I know it's what made it so different to other role-playing RPG games that came out during the time.
That's a good question. I think it flew under the radar for a lot of people, because when this game came out, not long after the game came out, this whole thing went down with the studio going under. So I think it was getting harder to buy that game, and people, it became infamous, and then people just remembered it fondly, eventually having like a nostalgic value. And I think it was around that time that I started to pay attention. Like I bought it on PC, and I got pretty. I bought it on PC, but I couldn't get far because the game didn't support full screen, just windowed mode, and that pissed me off to no end. I was like, well, I'm not playing that now.
Yeah, it's the same as that the Red Alert Command & Conquer set I've got. It just doesn't want to work because it's windowed, and Windows goes, do anything with this.
Not having it.
Yeah.
But I think games like that are hopefully making a comeback. EA has got a massive portfolio, and fingers crossed Microsoft is actually working on a new Fable game. But we won't know that yet.
I really do hope. Fable, I love Fable. I play that so much.
Would you pick this up then, Adam? I mean, given that it might be sort of
I think we've got gameplay.
Fable.
Do you want to pop on some gameplay?
Yeah,
we've got a trailer.
We can. I popped it on before. I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, missed
it. But since I didn't play the first one.
Well, this isn't a sequel. Oh,
it's just a remaster. It's the
Reckoning remaster.
Re-Reckoning remaster. Jesus, the remaster. Yeah,
it does look a very very nice game. It does look obviously like you were saying, Fable, Oblivion, that sort of thing. I wouldn't mind giving it a go. I probably wouldn't stream something. I would stream. I maybe play it in my own time and really take a good look at it. And yeah, I think I'll probably pick it up.
Yeah, and I
expenses.
No,
sure. And I guess this is something that you would definitely pick up then, Scott.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the one thing they nailed was the gameplay. It was very satisfying. It was a very fluid gameplay. You could string combos. They went into a lot of detail into the way the combat works, because no matter what weapon you had, it had a stealthy mechanic. It ticked all the boxes. It was essentially a jack of all trade and a master of pretty much all of it, I'll be honest. And I remember when it came out, I remember thinking, oh, graphics look amazing. But looking back now, look at that trailer.
You know,
different
when
times,
we talk about the games I want to see come back, and I was trying to remember what's it called? The game I actually mentioned that I would like to see remastered. I was like, man, this looked gorgeous back then. And when I looked at it again, I was like, man, this does not look good at all. It's funny how this game back then looked so groundbreaking. And when you see it, then you're like, wow.
Rose tinted glasses, I think.
Yeah. Given that I'm currently playing Divinity, I'm sort of feeling this whole role playing, D&D, just going on an adventure. So I think if this game came out, I would actually get it. I think I would definitely get it. It does look interesting, just looking at what I've seen from the trailer.
Yeah, it's definitely an old traditional RPG experience. I mean, I don't think it's going to rock the boat again, re-rock the boat, I should say. But I mean, I'm excited for it, and I can't imagine it would do well, to be honest. But we do have some images, I believe. Well, sorry, I've seen some images of how the game looks now, and it's not a remaster. Sorry, it's not a remake. It's a remaster.
Remaster, exactly.
And it does look all right. I mean, it looks how I remember it. So it's usually how remasters work these days.
Is it possible to get that? I think Adam's actually pulling up the images right now.
No, sorry, not. It's something we discussed. No, I'm afraid not.
No, okay. Forget about the images. We take the fact that
what images?
It's gonna be a remaster. It's gonna be a remaster. It's gonna come with a lot of goodies. I mean, looking at this collectible edition, it's gonna come with a couple of statues, a keychain, a soundtrack, artworks, and of course the game displayed in all in this cool box. Would you guys be getting the premium edition by any chance?
No, I don't. No,
I don't tend to buy premium editions
What?
like physical stuff anymore. No, I mean I'm talking like physical statues and stuff.
Okay.
Like, give me a season pass, give me some extra DLC, then yeah, but it has to be like, I'll tell you what, if Halo Infinite came out with a statue of Master Chief, I'd be like, hell yeah. But I don't want the physical game. And most of the physical special editions, they come with a physical game. I don't want a physical game. Who has time to get up, go to your shelf, get the game, take the game out and put it in your console. Take the game that's currently in the console and put it into your game case. I mean, life's too short, man.
You can just leave it in there in case you have no other physical game. I still have my Black Ops, my Call of Duty Black Ops just in my Xbox One. It's just in there. It lives there now. It has a Visa permit, everything in that Xbox.
I think GTA is the same for me. I think GTA has been in my Xbox since it came out for Xbox One. I don't think I've had any other disc in there. So that's been out a while. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I'm exactly the same.
Yeah, I guess the people that really follow this game, that really love this game, would definitely pick up the premium edition, and then that's what that's catered for that particular audience. So, but either way, it's a game that's been remastered and something that we can get that's it's synced into. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely pick it up anyway. So moving right along, Sony has been fined 3.5 million. Is it Australian dollars or dollars?
Australian dollars, I believe, yeah.
Australian dollars, for misleading Australian consumers. So the story reads as Sony has been ordered to pay 3.5 million in penalties for making false and misleading representations regarding Australian consumer law rights. Now, a series of customers contacted Sony of games that they deemed faulty. They were refused refunds for two reasons. Games purchased digitally and has been 14 days since purchase was made. So those are the two reasons. Actually, that's the first reason. Second, breach came as Sony told consumers that it could not provide a refund unless the game developer authorized it. So there was a
quote. Which is a lie, yeah.
There was a quote from Rod Sims, who is the chair of the Australian Consumers Law Right, I guess? Or
yes. Okay, ACCC, whatever that means.
You just take it as the body involved in ensuring consumer protection. So the quote goes as, consumer guarantee rights do not expire after a digital product has been downloaded and certainly do not disappear after 14 days or any other arbitrary date claimed by a game store or a developer. Now, what do you guys feel about this in terms of one? Should
I agree?
I guess
I totally agree with him. Well, it's more rights on us at the end of the day.
So wait. So just to make sure, to clarify, you agree with Sony's stand on this?
Oh no. I agree that I like how they've been fined because of this.
Okay.
Because it gives us more rights to refund games. Because there's more and more games out there that are horrendous when they first come. The bugs, it just doesn't work, and it could be. I know it says 14 days. It could be months down the line where they'll eventually fix it, and it ruins a game. Anthem.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gives you more rights to go. Oh no, I don't really like this. Hand it back. Yeah, I'm all for the fines, and I think it should happen a lot more.
So in theory, you guys agree that games should be refunded even if the consumer does not, even if we as consumers don't like it. Is that something that, in your mind, that should be just how companies should operate, or do you guys feel like no, perhaps we should be taking into consideration, or we should actually be doing our own research before we actually buy into a game? Like, where do you guys sort of stand on the, I guess, principle of this?
You've got to spend more and more time researching games now, though. And there's not. I mean, if you want a game, all your friends are getting this game on day one release. You could do all the research before it comes out as much as you want, and the game could look absolutely stunning, fantastic. Even the beta could be good, but then the game releases. They've done some update which completely changes it, which people have done in the past, and then you get the game on day one. You play it with your friends. After you might not be able to play it for maybe a few weeks after that. You go play it again. So I've only played 3-4 hours of this in the 14 days plus I've had this game, and it's horrendous. There's no update. It's buggy. It's broken. I want my money back.
Payday 2.
Yeah.
On console.
Payday 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. There you go. So the more rights we're getting, because there's more and more publishers, or not publishers, more and more developers out there that are just releasing games willy-nilly and that are broken, basically.
Yeah.
So there's two sides to this, I suppose. I mean, for me personally, well, I'm not sure where I stand yet, because is it down to the customer to do the research? You can only do so much research before a game comes out, and should we really rely on reviews? That's one person's opinion. I mean, if you follow someone who you share the same opinion as you, which I mean, I've luckily managed to find someone through IGN that way who I think shares the same opinion. It's if you got an opinion that matters to you, rely on that. But most people don't have that. Most people aren't going to spend. Most people aren't like us that they would spend time looking into reviews. I mean, should we give refunds to broken games? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Fallout 74 as an example. Was it 74 or 47?
47.
76, isn't it? We will find out.
47?
We may never know. Anyway, so
76.
I think certain situations, if we deem it as buggy, we shouldn't have to prove it. We should say we think it's buggy. It's one of those things that it can be abused. But I don't think they should be refunding games if that person doesn't like that game, if there's nothing wrong with it. So it's hard for me to pick a side right now, because I mean, I agree. I mean, Sony stepped out of line and they were put in their place with a 3.5 million penalties. I mean,
to be fair, 3.5 million for Sony is pocket change. That's not going to do anything to the bottom line. They can pay that like it's going to the corner store buying a pint of milk. So it's nothing. This is more from a reputation point of view. This is where the damage is actually going to be inflicted on, because again, Sony's on the headline for this kind of practice. Now, me as a consumer, I've bought, for example, Bright Memory. I bought that game. And within the first, I guess, hour, was it even, I think less than that, I was like, no, this game is not, it's great, but you can tell there's a lot more work left on it. So I returned it. I refunded it back to Steam. So why is it, and Steam has its own policy about refunding games. I think it's, hang on, let me just double check.
It's 2 hours. I think you get 2 hours gameplay.
Within 2 hours a week.
Yeah. Which is good. Which I totally agree with that. That's fantastic for, even if the game, like Scott says, if the game, there's nothing wrong with the game at all, and people abuse that situation where they want to return the game within 14 days, and they've spent hours and hours. Some people could do speed runs and complete and get the most out of a game within that 14 days.
Yeah.
So it's technically a free game to them. Yeah. But 2 hours is fantastic, because you should be able to pick up a lot of damage, a lot of broken stuff in the game if within 2 hours of a game. So. Yeah.
I knew, I knew within
you get an idea.
45 minutes of playing Bright Memory, I was like, I can't. This game needs some more TLC in it, and I returned it. That's great.
So, are you guys thinking there should be a standard, industry standard for this, or is Steam leading the way?
Okay. How do we find what a broken game is? We need first, I guess, there needs to be a definition of what needs to happen to a game for you to say, okay, this game is broken. Is it like you play the game and you fall through the maps, or your character is glitching?
a game that
isn't intended as
is shipped.
Yeah.
Is shipped as a full game, not live as a service, not a greenlit, Steamlit, greenlit game, whatever it's called, as a full experience, Fallout 40, whatever, 76.
Do you think that would push more companies to push out betas like DayZ and have a beta for 15 years? Do you think people? So at the end of the day, you're still paying for a beta, and if it's buggy, well, you can't do anything at all about that because it's set.
They'll be able to get away with a full price game though by doing that.
Wait, what game is currently still in production? I think it's not one of them. Is this no? What is it?
DayZ
one. Star Citizen.
Star, yeah. Star thank Citizen, you. Yeah. That is been what in production for how long now?
15 years.
Closer to a decade, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but if maybe that might be the to Adam's point.
But I mean, they're doing something different there. They are revolutionizing that genre in ways that it's not really been done before. But
true,
I guess there should be a limit, really. But yeah, I mean, it's where do you draw the line? That's the question. That's the topic. Like I like Steam has the hard fast rule. Microsoft are more flexible. I've refunded it. Well, I've refunded a couple of games in the past purely because it went on sale the next day. Now that just pisses me. I bought Darkness 2 when it came backwards combat. £30. Love that game. Next day it was $12.99. I'm like, no, I'm just not. So I went into, and they've always been good. Microsoft have always has always been good at refunding these kind of situations, like a price guarantee almost kind of reactions. So kudos to Microsoft there. But again, they don't have a hard fast rule like Steam does. But Steam has had their hand slapped in the past in different countries, so it's hard to say, but it's worth talking about.
Yeah, I guess if we look at it from a company's perspective, like how do you want what is your practice? Do you want to be known as a company that tends to release games that are not even anywhere close? Like what ethical, practice on this? At some point, there needs to be some kind of responsibility, to companies not to ship out games. So yeah, there might be some glitches here and there, but it's nothing that is just unplayable. And then if you look at it from a consumer point of view, I don't know how much research you can do to know if a game is truly broken or not. I mean, unless you know somewhere
it doesn't work. I suppose if it downright just doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Yeah.
I mean, some companies. This is a whole different topic. Some companies have the reputation to get away with stuff like that. I mean, look at Skyrim. That game had a lot of breaking bugs, but they had good faith back when that game came out. They're not so much now, but they got away with it. So where do you draw the line? It's hard.
No, sorry. I was just going to say that just to your point, because Bethesda is known for that. Like they ship stuff that you're literally falling through the map, but people just think it's just part of the charm. Like it's you expect this as how they do it, and then somebody else does it, and you're like, no, this is rubbish. It's not like it's I mean,
especially when you see a game like Witcher 3 comes out. You probably hear me talk about this game almost every episode, but when they released that game was flawless. From my experience, it was utterly flawless. No, the worst issue I had with that game was the odd case of lip sync. That was it.
Yeah.
But then
like our stream,
and then obviously Skyrim. Yeah, you come to Skyrim, and that the community have patched a lot of bugs, and I mean a lot of bugs. There is an unofficial patch on the Workshop store right now that is the highest downloaded mod for that game.
Wow.
So I mean, I do like the idea that you get 2 hours to decide whether you want to keep that game. That's just a hard fast rule. It's like, it doesn't matter if the game's broken. If you go past that 2 hours, then you keep it. It'd be nice if Steam notified you, I suppose, or who knows.
I think just having a universal standard for all of this game companies and publishers to say, look, we would do this as part of our, practice. If you play a game for less than 2 hours, you have the opportunity to, return it. It just seems fair in a way.
It does. You're right. I agree with you. I really do.
Just seems fair. All right. Well, I guess now we're gonna push to our next segment, which is, hang on one second. So, EA Games is making a prodigal return to Steam.
Very interesting.
Crazy. Very interesting. They are making their return back to Steam. Now, we know that EA originally left Steam a while back, and then they had their own Origin store where they pull all their games, and now they're making a comeback now to Steam. Now, the games that will be coming back to Steam would be Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, Crisis 3, Crisis, I guess both the remaster as well as Crisis 1 and 2, if I'm not mistaken. And then Unravel 1 and 2, Mirror's Edge, Catalyst, which would be 50% off, as well as Dragon Age Inquisition, which would be 50% off as well. Need for Speed Heat. I never, what Need for Speed Heat. Plants vs. Zombies, Burnout Paradise. Is that the good Burnout? I don't remember.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
it's when they went open world.
Oh yeah. That's not Burnout Paradise, Command and Conqueror Remaster Collection for those that like CNC. Yes, and then there might be some titles that were available through Origin service, with some being on Steam prior to the launch of Origin. So, the games that were missing were Mass Effect 1 and 2 and 3 and Andromeda, Anthem, Titanfall 1 and 2, Apex Legends, Battlefront, Star Wars 1 and 2, and I guess all of the Battlefield games.
A good chunk of the Battlefield games, yeah.
That's quite a lot of notable games missing, like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. We don't speak about Andromeda, Anthem, Titanfall 1 and 2, Apex Legends. So it's quite a few missing. I wonder if this is going to return to Steam as well.
I mean, hopefully. I like to think that the reason why they're coming back to Steam is because Origin's not doing too well. Because I'm sure we'll talk about this, a lot. Because I can't speak for you guys, but I can't stand all these different launches. I'm loving Epic Games because they've got some cracking discounts. But again, it's just another launcher. It's not as bad as. They're not. I mean, those launches aren't too bad. Steam, GOG, Epic Games, but like Origin, when you got to have the launch, you got to have that open to play the bloody game.
Ubisoft Play that as well.
It's just ridiculous.
You have Rainbow Six Siege in Steam. You play that, and it opens up the Ubisoft Uplay.
Yeah.
And I know it's a part of that, but I think you're right. I think it should be all separate. Then again, you could be playing a game through Uplay, and then it'll load up Steam as well. Then all of a sudden you'll have updates in the background that's really caning your connection. And you're like, why the hell have I only opened up Uplay and everything in my game library on Steam is now updating? Thanks very much for that. But yeah, I wouldn't mind it. But I wouldn't mind them all being in one place. But
yeah,
competition, isn't it?
Yeah, if you look at how digital TV is now, you have Netflix, you have Hulu, you have Apple's TV, all of these platforms have different shows and whatnot, and there's Disney Plus now as well. So I don't think this, I guess, diverse or the different platforms would ever go away. I don't think there'll be one streaming service. I don't think there'll be one platform from games, because it's not going to happen.
It has happened. I don't know if you guys remember cable back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Remember that remote with all those freaking buttons?
I remember. Dear Lord.
Yeah. So that's the hope. I mean, it's more convenient, but all these companies, they want 100% of the take. They don't want to share it with Steam.
Well,
I mean, if we're just looking at what like Epic, the revenue model for Steam, it's 70-30. Epic Games has 88-12. So there's a reason why Epic Games Store is doing really well at the moment, but there's a reason why they're off doing their own thing.
Well, but they
don't have the customer base of Steam, which is why I'm so glad these games, just to bring it back to the games, it'd be nice. I'm glad these come back to Steam, because I'd rather just use Steam, to be honest. That's where most of my library is.
Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be good. I rarely touch Origin besides just opening up Apex anyway. So yeah. So moving right along, GTFO. It's gonna be a June update coming out, which would contain Rundown 3. The vessel update will be available June 11th. I think we have a trailer ready to be queued up. So on the Steam news page, for help with storytelling, we got Since a Little Development, which was a quote by Adam Gascoigne, who has been working on games such as Doom Eternal, and The Last of Us. We've also added strengths in programming. We've found some very fitting for GTFO for support with art and design. We hope to be able to disclose this very soon. Okay. So that was the quote. And one of the developers' younger family members have been involved in recording sounds coming out of the new horrifying thingy.
what? So that was a quote, just so you know.
So that was the quote. So okay, interesting.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the new monsters, the new character models. That's what, I wouldn't mind, because at the end of the day, it's all the same thing, just different sized beasts out there. I can't wait for at the moment. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to different monsters.
So just to clarify, this update will have a new environment, 7 new expeditions, bunch of weapons, a terrifying new monster, like you mentioned, Adam, and again, more story. They're going to be again, as part of the update to Steam, there'll be trading cards, and potentially, which we don't know when that will be coming out, matchmaking. That's something that I think people that have been playing this game have been shouting about. Now it's currently off the platform. I think there's a Discord channel where you can matchmake with other people that are playing.
Yeah.
But to actually have an in-game matchmaking is something that they're working on. So yeah, it's a lot of interesting things coming to GTFO. How do you feel? Any new modes that we might not end up completing?
I was just about to mention that. You went in more storyline, and then I was thinking, well, we haven't really seen any of the current storyline. So
that training mission.
Will we ever get up to it?
I am looking for it. I mean, it's something that we always said we wanted to play, but it's just, again, timings and stuff. But it sounds interesting, and then we will see more from the developer about this on the next week's IGN Summer of Gaming live stream.
Yeah, I don't really know what they've got to show. I noticed when I was putting together some stuff yesterday morning, I was like, oh, I wonder if they're showing more of this update, but because I think it comes out the same day, maybe the update. I think IGN shows next week, but I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, there's a reason why we all pick the game and chose to play together. I mean, we've got some guys in the Discord group who play with us on occasion.
Yeah.
I think an update is needed because enemy variety, there isn't much. There's 2-3 types.
There's a small one. There's the bigger one. There's the big one with tentacles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, they're all the same, just different sizes. And one's got an extra tentacle
around. One of those like bat crawling thing. There's one that with a tentacle. Yeah, that's
what I do find quite funny though is that this developer chose to make a matchmaking game without actually having matchmaking. He relied on a forum application to do it for them.
Do you think once they finish, it's like when you actually wrapped a gift, but you forget to put the gift inside? You're like, shit.
Yeah.
Or maybe not the actual gift. Maybe like the card that goes with the gift. You're like, shit. So
I can kind of see why, because this kind of game requires so much communication. You need people. You can't just go into a random matchmaker and just play with randoms without actually talking. If they were to do that, they would need to have a decent ping system the way that Apex has. Well, that's the only.
Yeah, exactly right. That is what other co-op games do. They have matchmaking. You play random people. Apex, you play random people. Overwatch, where you have to depend on random people to play as a team. So I don't know whether that's good enough as of an excuse to say, we felt like you need to find people that you actually know. No,
A
it's I don't.
convenient excuse, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, again, it's so weird that, yeah, to your point, it's really weird that they didn't actually think about matchmaking before actually shipping
No.
out. But I'll be curious to
So,
see. We'll see. We'll see.
yeah.
Um, Next segment, I'm going to pass it on to L. Scott, he will be talking about Bloodborne.
So, yeah, Bloodborne potentially coming to PC. So this, of course, is a rumor. Nothing has officially been announced. The reason why I've put it together for this show is purely because there's a lot of rumors, a lot of respectable leakers out there are claiming, yeah, this is true. It pretty much started from past 2 weeks. Essentially, things have been, because Sony was meant to have their live show this week. That got cancelled. We all know why it was cancelled. Not cancelled, sorry, delayed. It wasn't cancelled. Still going to happen.
Mm.
So, potentially this got leaked, which I find quite funny because it's usually Microsoft that has the leaks with their conferences. But now I can speak for a couple of people in my Discord. Raza, I don't know if you're still there, mate, and even Hargit. We all share a love for Bloodborne. Now, it's because we share a love for Bloodborne that we're excited for this game, purely because it runs like garbage on the PlayStation, to be honest.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
For a second.
I have seen you play it. I'm sorry to cut you. I've seen you play it. I know how much you love this game. I've seen you play it for the 9th time, and it doesn't run anywhere as smooth as I think Dark Souls does, which is on PC, granted.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what we're hoping. I mean, according to the supposed leak, now the guy who this leak stemmed from, he did go on record. We can post all the links for our information after the show if you want it. But we've got some gameplay up, fantastic. So what this guy knows now. This guy's got a record saying he's not got a proven track record. And that, he just wants to get it out there. So the things he has stated, this is a remaster, this isn't a remake, which I fully expected, to be honest, because the game still looks gorgeous. It's going to look even better in 4K. It's got better textures, better models, better loading times, thank God. And lots of other quality of life improvements. So it's the quality of life improvements I'm interested in, but it's supposed to have 60 frames per second, 4K, ultra wide support. It's not going to have any FOV sliders, but modders will do their thing. Which is something else I'm looking forward to, because when modders get their hands on a game like this, they go to town. There's going to be all sorts, graphic mods. It'll get to a point where it's like a whole new game, to be honest. And there's quite a few games out there which I can't play without mods. I mean, look at Divinity. They've gone to town on that game. Yeah, Divinity have gone to town. Honestly, they've added classes. It's a conversation for another time. Shout out to Dark Eater. He introduced me to his collection of mods for that game. But like, they were essentially meant to showcase this, according to this guy, at the start of their stream.
Yeah,
and they were going to end it with Demon's Souls. So for those uninitiated, Demon's Souls was the predecessor to Dark Souls. It's a hard game to go back to, and I think the only way you can play it right now is if you had a PS3. And don't quote me on this, but I think it's on PlayStation now as well. But that's not an ideal way to play any video game. I don't care what anybody says. So, but yeah, I mean, there's quite a lot here that I'm looking forward to. I spoke to Hargit last week briefly about Bloodborne, and that, I mean, we've both planned it. We would both easily jump back in, and me personally, I would like to see you play this for me. It was you that got me into this genre.
I did. I was the cause of you playing it 9 times, and
all the anguish, all the bad times. It changed me as a human being, because you've got to go through the shit times to get to the good times, and There's nothing like Dark Souls. There's nothing. Some of Dark Souls and the Souls-like genre do very well. You can struggle, you learn, you adapt, and when you're finally beaten that rush you get, that feeling, there's no other game has ever provided that for me.
You know why? Because that's life right there. That is just life right there.
Everything you need is right there.
Yeah. No, but I am actually, if it comes out tomorrow, and I'm currently playing Detroit Becoming Human, I would stop and jump on Bloodborne. That's how much I would actually want to play that game.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me personally, it ticks all the boxes, all the right boxes. It's got it's heavily based on Lovecraft, the author Lovecraft, and there's so much going on. Like it's a very different game to Dark Souls, and I don't mean no, that's not right. It's not a very different game. It's different in the way that Dark Souls, especially the early ones, are quite defensive. You need to beat this game. You need to be aggressive. It's got a different health mechanic. Of course, you have your vials to heal yourself, but it rewards your risk. If you get hit, you've got a small window to hit them and get some of that health back. It has a different way of making critical attacks the way that you would do, like in Dark Souls. So Femi, in for instance, someone's got a shield up. You keep whacking that shield.
Yeah.
They staggered, aren't they? You can do a critical.
Mm-hmm.
The way it works in Bloodborne is that you have your left-hand weapon, so it can be a blunderbuss, pistol, shotgun, whatever.
Yeah.
And you'd use that. You'd catch them as they were about to hit you, like a parry in Sekiro.
Yeah.
That's how you critical them, and that's how you do the death blow, pretty much. And it feels so good. Honestly, there's I can't describe it. It just feels good. Just take my word for it. If you haven't played it, stop what you're doing. Don't watch this show. Go play Bloodborne.
He doesn't mean that. Stay and watch the show. I command you. Well, yeah. I again, you already know how much I want to play that game. I don't know how you feel about this, Adam. I mean, you're currently playing Dark Souls at the moment.
I can't even finish Dark Souls at the moment. So.
Wait. Are you still at the Pontiff?
I've never retried. I've never been back on since I've picked Tarkov back up. That is it. Don't worry. Monday is obviously I stream Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Everybody. Monday is a Dark Souls day, so I will be back on struggling with Pontiff. Yes.
But just would this be? I guess now that you are playing Dark Souls and you're in that sort of realm. Would this be a game that you would pick up if it does come out on PC?
Yeah, definitely.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about it from Mr. NeonDemon over there. So,
yeah.
So yeah, I'm more than happy to pick that up.
I think I'd be interested to see. Well, both of you play it. I would like. I think ideally, if we were to recommend a Souls-like video game to Adam, I would have liked to recommend Bloodborne, because that's how I got introduced to the series. And I think I wouldn't say it was an easier game, but I kind of got used to the mechanics more there than I did with any of the Dark Souls games. But not to go on too long, I think it would change my life. This game has already changed my life. I finished it 9 times. I've platinumed it. I would play the shit out of it again.
I definitely agree with your sentiments there, and I guess time will tell. We don't know when the Sony announcements will come back again. I mean, we don't know when they're going to do their showcase. They haven't announced any new dates yet, but when they do, I guess we'll find out then. So, moving on to what's currently out in terms of games, I'm gonna pass it on to Adam.
Yeah, so this segment is basically any new free games or current sales, etc.
Yeah.
One thing, start with the free games, which is always a good topic, is
of course
Epic Game Store. Love them. Whereas at the moment, their free game is Overcooked, free until the 11th of June. Okay. Brilliant. Chaotic couch co-op cooking game for up to 4 players, which I think that's maybe quite a good recommendation for Above the Fold guys like us lot to maybe jump on and have a good old cook-off.
I don't know about that though. Yeah, definitely pick it up.
Anyways, moving on. The current sales,
Free,
Epic Games Store has a mega sale still. Mega sale 2020. It's called, up to 75% off, plus £10 voucher during checkout. That ends June the 11th, the same as the Overcooked free game. Xbox deals unlocked from the 5th to the 15th, up to 60% off, including Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which I know Neon jumped on today.
Yeah, I did.
And FIFA, and FIFA for $17.99. Whoever plays that out there. PlayStation, they have Days of Play up to 60% off, including Spider-Man for $15.99.
Oh, very nice.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey
Steel.
Deluxe, $19.99. Next on the list, Valve Steam Game Festival, which is delayed, pushed back by a week, originally stated to kick off Tuesday, June the 9th. Obviously, it's going to be pushed back a week, hopefully. Probably get pushed back again.
I guess we'll see.
Then Nintendo Digital Days up to 80% off, pushing the board out. So it's going to be like a normal Xbox game price when that kicks off. So they'll be.
I did check out the sale, and it's most of its games I've never even heard of, with the one or two, like obviously Rabbids,
Mario, Rabbids, Spyro.
Animal Crossing is not this.
No, absolutely not. Man.
No, unfortunately not.
Absolutely not. They're not stupid. They know people want it. They know people pay full price for that game.
No, they know.
And GOG, Good Old Games Summer Sale, ends 15th of June, up to 90% off, including Prey Deluxe for $8.99. Recommend that. The Witcher 3, I know Neon can recommend that, for $10.49. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of good games, a lot of good sales out there. I really like the Epic sale at the moment, plus the free games every 5 days, is it? Which is fantastic.
They're killing it right now.
They are really killing it. I mean, I don't know whether it was a glitch or something. When I went on the Epic Games Store mega sale, I got 3 games and I got 3 £10 vouchers. So that was I spent a lot of money, but saved a lot of money. Amnesia. I'm not sure if that was free. Control. And
is Amnesia remastered, or is that just as it is?
No, just as it is. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I was looking to check out. It's a scary game, but
it is.
I haven't threw enough balls to play it yet.
It's quite an old game,
kind of scary, but it's atmospherically scary.
It's
damn good. I think Machine of Pigs. I think is the third one, which is probably my favourite of the lot, which is probably more modern.
So wait, is this which one is this? Amnesia: The Dark Descent?
Yes.
That's really old, no?
Yeah, that is old. Yeah,
they're all pretty old.
Yeah, they're all old. Yeah.
Done it for you, man. It's still scary.
Yeah. Cool.
Hint. Play. Maybe.
I think the only thing that actually I might ponder is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, because I haven't finished on console. I don't know why I stopped. I just stopped.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I didn't finish it, and I was actually thinking of him finishing it, but I might. I don't know. If it's 25.74, so maybe not. But that's the only thing that just piqued my interest anyway.
That's with the £10 off coupon.
I was thinking about going through it. Yeah.
Make sure you do get that £10 off coupon, because I don't know whether it was me having a glitch, but I got 3. I'm not sure if it's with I'll have to do a bit more research into this. I don't know whether it's after every game in the sale you get an extra £10 off coupon. So yeah, it's well worth a look. Epic Game Store.
Nice. Well, we have done really well on this episode. We've actually cut it down to 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Record, man.
Are we like professionals now? Are we legit? Is this?
It's possible.
So with that said, let's start wrapping up, I guess. Adam, what you playing? What you streaming? What are you watching? Yes.
At the moment, I have been addicted to Tarkov. Again.
I know.
It's recently just had a game wipe, so everybody's back to square one over the last week. Still miles behind everybody. Been watching a lot of Shroud play Tarkov since the wipe, and he has millions and millions at level 13, and I'm at level 10 and only have about 500,000. So still very, very far behind. Totally different man he is compared to me when it comes down to games.
What's this 10,000,005,000 about?
His currency, he's got around 10, 60 million rupees, or I think, is it rupees or rubles?
That's crazy though.
Yeah, you know why. If you ever watch Shroud,
plays it for a living.
But yeah, I need to start getting into Dark Souls again. So Monday is planned in to get my ass kicked by Pontiff over and over again.
Yep. You will be staying there, living there.
Yeah, I will be there. Don't worry, I have a campfire close by. I have a sleeping bag and a lot of sweets. So I am happy. So yeah, that is what I'm playing at the moment. Up for recommendation. There is a third on the list is Control, that game that I bought a little while back in the actually Epic Games sale.
Nice.
That will be getting booted up this week.
Very nice.
So stay tuned to check that out if anybody is interested.
And where can they check you out?
They can check me out at twitch.tv/NunsnM0ses. And the same on Twitter, which is NunsnMOses_live. And yeah, find out all the latest bits and pieces of my life, what I'm up to on Twitter. I'm going to try and start to post a lot more on there. Upcoming games I will be playing, anything I find interesting. But yeah, and also Discord. Don't forget Discord. Above the fold Discord link.
Above the fold, yep. It's right in the profile of our Twitch page. So
I spend most of my days there. The Fresh Prince.
Wait, aren't you meant to be working? Okay, you know what? What about you, Sir Scott, aka NeonDemon? Are you playing? What are you streaming? What are you watching?
What? Oh man, I'm doing a lot of playing, streaming, and watching.
Okay.
So Monday just gone was my birthday. I was gifted Persona 5 Royale and Neo 2, and I've been playing a lot of Persona 5. It's like rejuvenated that for me.
Very nice.
Yesterday I was playing Persona 5 whilst watching Persona 4 anime, so I'm getting my dose. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of that. When I'm not online, it's because I'm actually at my TV playing that game. So I suppose I answered both questions there, playing and watching. But streaming, I'm at the last expansion for Dark Souls 3, which I believe is the Ringed City.
Yeah.
So I've literally just started that, which I will be streaming. I think I'll be streaming tomorrow, which I don't normally stream Mondays, but I didn't stream yesterday because I had family over. But yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Not really much else to think about, but yeah, I mean, finally you can pretty much find me at Twitch at NeonDemon4. Same with Twitch. I stream usually Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Go check him out, guys. He is actually check both NeonDemon and NunsnM0ses, aka Adam and Scott. Check them out. Awesome streamers. And I am currently playing Detroit Becoming Human. Now that game is absolutely fantastic. Anybody that hasn't played it yet, I would recommend the shit out of it. It's an emotional roller coaster. You have so much investment in this character, and you don't want to pick a decision that would end up ending this character or making them twist in a weird way. So it's a lot. I don't know why I just realized or started playing this game. I wish I knew earlier. But I'm currently playing that. I'm currently streaming that. What I'm currently watching, a couple of new animes have come out. One called The Great Pretender. 2 episodes have been out. It's pretty dope. It's very different to think of Ocean's 11, 12, but as an anime series.
Really?
So,
oh wow.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not like it's all about Conan and even the style, the way it's shot, the music, everything is just. It's
like
dope.
the original Conan anime.
No, the Great Pretender. It's based off on like Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12 type.
I thought you meant like the original Conan.
Oh no. It's all about Conan, like con artists.
Oh.
You know. Yeah.
I'm with that con. Yeah.
Con.
Yeah.
No. So I'm currently watching that, and I also watch Space Force, the Netflix show with Steve Carell. Yeah. I finished the whole 10 episodes. Absolutely funny. Reminded me of The Office. So yeah. And you can find me on Twitch at A_R_O, and also on Instagram at A_R_O 2NG. I know. And I'm posting and I'm posting content. I'm trying to post a lot more content on my Instagram. So do follow me there. And also again, to what the guys have said, follow us on Above the Fold Discord channel. We all talk about random shit up in there, and we also play games together with the rest of the peeps. So
yeah,
it's been fun, guys. This has been good. A lot of very interesting stories. So
I would just like to point out, I'm very sorry about the glitches we have. We're busy, obviously, still getting used to everything. Try new things nearly every episode, so I hope you can bear with us and still enjoy the stream.
We're trying to make it even better as we go along. So thank you.
Trying to streamline it.
Hey.
All right then. I have been
on that note.
I've been Fermi, the two gents, Adam, Scott. This has been episode 5 of Above the Fold Live. See you guys next week. Have a fantabulous week ahead.
Bye-bye.